Hello and welcome to Art with Mr. P. This week we're involved in collage and I would like you to collage a head and shoulders picture. Now remember, collage is very much about cutting and sticking, but it's also very much about producing instant colour and texture. Remember, texture is about how things look, how they feel. It's about making choices about the materials that we use and about sorting them. And there are a range of hand skills that can be involved, such as tufting and fringing and rolling and bending and folding. Collage for us is mostly about cutting and sticking. Anyway, enough from me, let's do it. So I'm asking you to collage a face and use the materials that you have available to hand. Yeah, so I've got some old bits of magazines, some pieces of fabric, some bits of cardboard. I've got a glue stick, I've got some scissors, I've got some old bits of newspaper. Now remember, this is just a starting point. I'm going to put together a collage. My challenge to you is, how can you do this better? Now, a head shape. We're going to start off with an egg shape, which I've already cut out because watching me using scissors is not that interesting. So I'm going to glue this down. Now you'll notice that I drew the egg shape on the back first. And by the way, when I'm gluing this down, I'm not worried about it being really tight and flat on the page. Yeah, I think if it's a bit wrinkly like this is even better. Doesn't this look like wrinkly old skin? You'll notice similarity with the hands here. Right, so we've got the background shape. Egg shape for the head, yeah? Now, I want to put a neck in. So, I'm going to put the neck in here. And it goes. So it's the same material. And then I'm thinking about the eyes. Now, what I've done is I found some white paper and I have already cut out 2 lemon shapes out of the white paper. Now the eyes, remember, and the schools I teach in, the pupils, you will know this, the eyes are going to be halfway down the head, yeah? So I'm going to glue these down. So the eyes are not near the top of the head. So, like I say, I've just cut these lemon shapes out of white paper. I've then chosen a colour for the irises. And of course, the irises are the coloured bits of your eyes. So when someone asks you what colour eyes have you got, they don't really mean what colour eyes have you got. What they really mean is what colour irises have you got. Most of us in this part of the world have blue. I don't, but there we are. Now, you'll notice I've put the irises towards the top of the eye. The irises generally are slightly hidden by the eyelids. Then I found I found a piece of black paper from a magazine, and I've cut out 2 small black circles, which of course are the pupils. They're the windows in your eyes, aren't they? Yeah, that's where the light goes in. That's why they're dark, because the light goes in and not much of it comes back out again. Now, eyes are usually moist, so they reflect quite a lot of light. So I'm going to put in a little slither of white on the eye, just to suggest some reflection. You've got to put these in the same pace on both eyes. Yeah? Something like that. Now the nose is tricky. Now, not really after a nose that sticks out. So we're just going to suggest a little bit of shadow. And what I've done is I've cut out the shape of the bottom of the nose. And I've just put that in there because we know that the nose sticks out. Yeah, we don't need to be told that by the picture. Now, halfway between the eyes and the chin, we're going to put the bottom of the nose. And then halfway between the bottom of the nose and the chin, we're going to put the mouth. And I've just cut out a lip shape out of some red paper I found. So there we are. They're big, luscious lips, aren't they? Now, the ears, which I've cut out of the same paper as the skin. The tops of the ears line up with the tops of your eyes, which is quite encouraging, really, because obviously if you wear glasses, that makes for ideal glass wearing. There we go. So far, looks vaguely human. We need some hair on here, I think. And what I think I'm going to use, I found an old newspaper, Dumfries newspaper, yeah. What I'm going to do is rip this up into cloud shapes, and I'm going to stick them down. Now I'm ripping them on purpose because when you think, if we'd cut these, we get a completely different edge, yeah. But if we rip, we get this furry edge. And the furry edge is much nearer to the texture that you would get with hair, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see, can't you, here? Yeah. It's really clear straight away that collage is very good at texture and instant colour and using up little scraps of what have you. So at the moment the hair is sitting on the top of the head a bit, so I think I need a few smaller pieces. I quite like the hair, as it does naturally come down towards the ears a bit, and the bits of paper that I'm ripping up are getting smaller and smaller as they come down towards the ear. Now I think collaging with words like we're doing for the hair makes for more interesting artwork. Because you could actually, whatever it is you're collaging, you could actually choose words that have something to do with the picture. Now that would make it interesting, wouldn't it? Right, because it's hair, I'm ripping it for that textural line. I don't want any cut edges. How's that? I think I might rip just a couple of slithers to put in here and here. I need to make these both much the same size, don't I? Okay, what do you think of that? Now, there's no reason why you stop there. You can keep going. It doesn't have to have short hair, it could have long hair. In actual fact, long hair coming down the sides could look very, very good. You could fill up the whole page with hair, couldn't you? Remember, this is just a starting point. In fact, that's a Mr. P challenge. How can you take this further? Can you add clothing, for example? So what I've asked you to do is to produce a collage of a head and shoulders. We've looked at the proportions of the head. We've witnessed how the eyes, for example, are towards the top of the face, but are actually only halfway down the head. Not only have we looked at proportions of the head and the face, but we've looked at a whole range of different sorts of materials that you can use when you are using collage. Next week, we'll be going back to drawing. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.